Hello, my name is Tishan Burris, and today I'm going to report on Amazon's founder and CEO, Jeff Bezos. Amazon, the organization. Amazon is the world's largest retail online merchant. They sell everything from books to electronics to clothing, and just about anything else you can think of. In addition, Amazon retails online to just about every place in the world. They ship international to just about any village, town, city, state as well. Amazon has a simple mission, but yet it's complex at the same time. Their mission statement is to be the world's most customer-centric online company. This would also be a place where a customer can find just about anything they want at the lowest possible prices. So let's talk about the founder and CEO, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was born in New Mexico, in Albuquerque. Prior to founding Amazon, he actually spent most of his youth summers in South Texas working on his grandfather's 25,000-acre ranch. He took care of things such as vaccinating cattle, repairing windmills. Even as a youth, Bezos excelled in engineering and scientific study. Eventually, his family moved and took him to Miami, Florida, where he finished high school and attended student science training programs at the University of Florida. Bezos went on to graduate from Princeton with degrees in computer science and electrical engineering. After graduating from college, he worked on Wall Street as a computer science professional. Bezos then went on to work for Bankers Trust as the vice president. When he became the vice president of Bankers Trust, he was the youngest vice president they ever had. In 1994, Bezos left a highly paid job in New York City and headed across the United States to Seattle, Washington. Actually, in his travels from New York to Seattle, Washington is where he originally drafted the business plan for Amazon.com. You see, Bezos learned about the fast-growing internet business during his occupation as a hedge fund manager. He moved to Washington State, ironically, because of the small population at the time, and the majority of his customers would not have to pay sales tax if he was operating out of that location. Pretty smart, huh? So once he arrived in Seattle, he set up his operation in his garage, had a skeleton crew of employees. He started with selling books. Books was his objective. The reason why books were his objective is because he figured, a normal mortar and brick store, a retail location, could only hold about 200,000 titles. However, an internet-based store had no limits on how many titles they could carry. So Jeff was very intelligent when he made a lot of these decisions. He was a visionary. He is a visionary. And it's just amazing some of the smaller details that made such a huge difference in his business that he thought about. As the CEO and founder of Amazon, he's had great success. It's not any secret that he is one of the richest men in the world, and he did it in less than 16 years. If I were the CEO of this organization, I would try to mimic Jeff's style. I would do my best to mimic exactly what he's done. Bezos has been a successful leader because he's an independent contributor. When you're an independent contributor, you are really concerned about how your organization functions and how they go to market. You attain certain goals and you put them on yourself as an independent contributor. You rely on yourself to make things happen and to be successful. The mission and organization goals are still the same at Amazon. This is very comparable to my own style. In the company I'm in, I believe the mission and organizational goals that we have are very important and that we have to move forward with them. Bezos is also realistic when it comes to initiating change. He stimulates this throughout his organization. I feel I do those same things. Jeff is somebody that anybody should admire from a business standpoint. I do admire Jeff and his business success. Bezos practices transformational leadership as I do. He motivates his followers beyond their own self-interest for the greater good of the company. That's pretty impressive when you can do that. When you can motivate someone beyond their own self-interests. I can't say that I'm 100% effective in that, but I can honestly tell you that I try. I try very hard to do that in my business side of my life. He seems to emphasize on the following techniques that are text in organizational behavior too. He believes he utilizes idealized influence. He's an inspirational motivator. He's an intellectual stimulator. And he believes in individualized consideration. All of these considerations make an effective leader. These types of leaders are able to spread their visions through an organization. That's why I admire him so much. And I have similar characteristics, which I believe can make me an effective leader. So, let's talk about my approach on the organization. My approach, if I was to lead this organization, again, I would mimic Jeff's style. His style works. It's obvious. He does over $50 million in annual sales. His customers are more happy than any other. When you do customer surveys, they're happier than any other customer in the e-commerce, as far as an e-commerce customer. He's truly concerned with how his organization functions and how they go to market, as I am with my same company. With my company that I work for, I believe in the same approach. I'm truly concerned in the direction and how we go to market. Again, this is very comparable to the style of my own. And he has undoubtedly done the right thing from the beginning when he started up Amazon. In conclusion, in the last 15 years that Amazon's been in business, Jeff, the founder and CEO, has taken this from a garage operation to the largest e-commerce business in the world. During this report, I explored the following to summarize: his organization, his biography, his success, and the analysis of his leadership style and behavior, and able to compare those to my own. Having the understanding of what makes Jeff Bezos the top CEO in the tech world since the death of Apple's Steve Jobs is pretty easy. He is smart, capitalistic, and a person that has strong leadership skills. I appreciate you listening, and thank you very much.